Hello guys, my name is Angry and the final episode of Taboo Season 1 is out, so let's break it down. The episode itself united all the storylines into one timeline, so I will stick to that. In this way there is 9 major things that happened, so number 9. I have a use for you. As we could see in the preview for this episode, James used control over Sir Stuart to gain ship and deliver messages to people, and then people found exact instructions for how they have to proceed. This just gives us much better idea about how smart James is. So, the number 8 is delivering messages. James's son was the deliverer. The first one who got the message was Brace, then it was Mr. Chopley and then Aticus. My theory was that they got it because James wanted them on his ship and sailed to Nootka Sound. Well, that's partly true, but there was more. And I of course shouldn't forget to mention list for Lorna Bow, about that later. Now number 7, the trick. As was said before, James had everything planned before and his plan needs precision. Because of that, he tricks English forces into believing that he is ill and that the torture he endured was almost lethal to him. Truth is that he did some ritual that hurt him. And this way he secured the proper timing for his stand against Prince Regent's assistant. About that in a second. Number 6. The instructions and their consequences. First off, Brace. I am not quite sure what was said in the message, but we can see him in the house where all James's companions were getting ready for sail to America, so maybe that was said in there. But I was thinking that maybe James forgave him for that what he did to his father, and looking how Brace's storyline ended, James probably forgave him. Because after all, he gave him his property. That includes house and other stuff around it. Second instructions were for Sir Stuart. As a head of East India, Sir Stuart has unlimited power, so he charged Pettifer with arranging kidnapping of Helga, so East India has no power over James. And Wilton with arranging ship for James so that he can leave London. Third instructions were for Aticus. He was charged with kidnapping Helga, which he did, but there was something else that Sir Stuart nor Mr. Pettifer expected, and that James betrayed their trust and ordered Aticus to kill Mr. Pettifer. Aticus after this even transported Helga to Mrs. Bow, who explained it to her that James in fact didn't kill Winter. But this still wasn't everything that Aticus was ought to do. He had to prepare his group of mercenaries for fight against British Crown, because number 5, Majesty the Prince Regent decided that James is no longer worth keeping alive. In other words, James caused Crown so many troubles that Prince Regent simply decided that it will be for the best to kill him. As I already mentioned twice, James had everything planned and he's a great player of this game, so that is why he ordered Aticus with this task. But I can't believe I am saying this. Back to number 6. Fourth instructions were for Mr. Chomley, whose main business is to prepare explosive for this fight, and of course his job was partly to secure safe transfer of gunpowder to James's ship. That was also one of main tasks for Aticus, whose men managed to take care of Wilton. I was almost unhappy about this because I loved this character since episode 1 and I will miss him a lot. Fifth instructions were for Lorna Delaney. Her task was to pay a visit to Carlsbad and get safe passage for James's ship and cargo on it to whatever destination, and after some persuasion she managed that. And finally, the last instructions were for the boy himself to sing in front of James's prison. This way James knew that the whole process is on the move, so he was ready to stand in front of Solomon Coop to basically say nothing, but that he is about to be released, thanks to Sir Stuart of course. So now to the tragedy. Number 4. Zilpha killed herself. Not James nor us believe this, but it's true. She went so crazy that she did it. The chance of James and her living happily together are demolished, and it remains to be seen whether she will become another of ghosts that are hunting James. Number 3. Double spy. I didn't even think about this, but it seems that James knew about Mr. Dumbarton everything from the start, even that he is double-crossing Americans in favor of East India. So of course he kills him as a way to thank him for his services, and he created a gift for Sir Stuart that killed him as well. I must say that I never saw an explosive that was hidden in paper, and that's why the death of Sir Stuart is so special for me. But of course it's really sad to lose so many awesome characters in the first season of so good series. Am I right? Number 2. The results of the battle itself. We knew that James is going to survive and leave London with his ship from the middle of the episode, but we didn't know who exactly will make it with him. Brace wasn't one of them based on James's decision, which is always correct. Maybe, just maybe, we will see Brace again as a strong old man in next season. So, here's the list of survivors on the ship. Lorna Bow, Godfrey, Atticus, Mr. Chumley and the boy. By the looks of it, Mr. Chumley is praying to God for forgiveness, but I think that he will survive. After all, he lost his flesh, but not his brain. And no one should forget about number 1. Mr. Chichester still seeks justice. I'm not quite sure whether he knows about that all of the East India head leaders are dead, but truth to be told, there will be some new guys to take their place, so he will probably charge them with the evidence he has about East India. Or, with help of the crown, destroy the whole company, why not? And now number 0. What is going to happen next? It has been confirmed that there will be at least 3 seasons of Taboo in total, so there is definitely more Taboo stuff coming sooner or later, and by the looks of it, James wants to visit his mother's home, but during the trip he is going to pay a visit to some guy he met in Africa. At least that's what I think. And that's it, guys, the review of last episode of Taboo Season 1. I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because for the next month or so I will be doing some bonus Taboo videos, because there is a lot to talk about. See ya next time!